Ooh, what's up, nerds and geeks? My name is OMG, WTF, LOL, FTW, BRB here, bringing you guys some more Total Extreme Wrestling 2016. Of course, we're playing as the WWF in the year 2001. More importantly, we are booking the Invasion angle, and we will be running Monday Night Raw tonight, even though it is Thursday. But before we can run the show, it's story time with Stephen Pym, baby. I couldn't resist. Either way, some of you may have saw the video that should be taken down by now, where I announced that my microphone was busted. And it is. It is busted. Doesn't work. This is my new headset. I said in the video I ordered a headset. I also said it shouldn't be here until the 13th Monday, or whatever it was. And, to my surprise, I guess we did get a little lucky. I got a notification saying that it was going to be here today. I didn't really believe it. I got a notification today saying that it was delivered today while I was at work. I come home, and here it is, and I bring you guys Monday Night Raw. But, I'm not going to promise Nitro, and I'm definitely not promising Sunday Night Heat. Because this weekend, I just so happen to be going and doing my wrestling training. So I won't really be able to focus on getting videos up, and I haven't recorded them to set them for a pre-recorded time. So if by chance I get Nitro and Heat done before I leave, that's awesome. I don't think I'm going to get Heat done, but I might be able to work on Nitro a little bit, and who knows, maybe if I'm in the right mood, finish it, because sometimes you just have to finish the damn show. But I'm not going to promise it. If Nitro and Heat isn't up before Friday, or I shouldn't say before Friday, but more like before Saturday, I guess, then they'll be up like on Monday as both the videos, if I can get them booked in time. If you guys are just watching this in the future, and you're just like, shut the hell up and get to the episode, well, you're in luck, because let's go ahead and run the show, shall we? We got a couple of pre-show matches here first to start off the night, a total of 3 to be exact, as K-Quick, probably in his last match ever here in the WWF, goes on to take on ECW's Tommy Dreamer in a bout that had subpar wrestling in Little Heat, where Tommy got the victory with a pile driver, and that got a good match. Good match, guys. 57C-. Good on you guys. Of course, look at Dreamer with a 62. Good on him. K-Quick with a 48. And I've said it before, it's not that I don't like K-Quick, because I do. It's just I have an overstacked roster. And K-Quick, a.k.a. R-Truth, is a promising individual to the point where I'm going to let him go off into the independent scene where he can help maybe bloom himself a little more, and we'll maybe revisit him later on. We then move on to yet another pre-show match that does a impressive, solid B rating with an 82. We have a decent pre-show match here where the Hardy Boys, Jeff and Matt, go over the Right to Censors, Val Venis, and the Good Father, when Jeff Hardy defeated the Good Father with the Twist of Fate Swanton Bomb combo. Of course, Jeff and Matt with that excellent chemistry. Matt Hardy with a 90 in-ring performance. Calm it down, Matt. You too, Jeff, an 88 in-ring performance? Calm down, guys. Val Venis with a 60 and the Good Father with a 56. Hardys are ready. I think if we push the Hardys hard enough, they're ready to be main event stars. We might have to visit that after the Invasion angle's over. Matt Hardy is also improving in Rumble skills. And then we end off the pre-show with Kane. Kane making, I guess, his official return, along with Mike Awesome. Kane making his official return, not really, just kind of like, hey, here's to the crowd with Kane, because I think he would have probably complained if we didn't put him on the show here tonight, considering he hasn't been used for quite a while. But Kane has officially returned to the company, as is Mike Awesome, who was recently, or was suspended in the past for, I believe it was steroids, so maybe wrongfully suspended, since some people got away with that, since we're now fighting people. But either way, Kane going on to defeat Mike Awesome with the choke slam. Unfortunately, lack of psychology was at display here, but that's okay. Kane with a 90 in-ring performance and Mike Awesome with a 64. So no ring rust from Kane. And we move on to start off the show. I'm going to take a drink before we do that. Oh, hell yes. We open up the show with a perfect rating, 100 A-star rating here, which has become a norm whenever you see The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin and so and company, as Monday Night Raw opens with the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and his protege, the Man Beast, Rhino, making their way down to the ring. Of course, once in the ring, Austin immediately takes the mic and he says, "All right, cut the music. This Sunday's no mercy. This Sunday, Rock and I face off for the WWF Championship in a rematch from WrestleMania 17. So why does it feel like no one cares? More importantly, why does it feel like you don't care, Rock? Yeah, you. Why don't you get your ass down here, because I've got some words for you." So, you got Austin. He's waiting for Rock to get in the ring. He's pacing, of course. This is The Rock, so he's taking his sweet little time. Austin's pacing back in the ring. He keeps checking his watch on his wrist, his air quotations watch, until finally The Rock's music hits, and out comes the WWF World Champion as he makes his way down to the ring. Of course, he doesn't just immediately get on the mic like Stone Cold Steve Austin does. He makes Austin wait. Rock starts posing for the crowd, goes to each turnbuckle, poses for each and every one of them, until he takes the mic. He gets right in Austin's face, and he just says, "What?" And then Austin replies, "Don't what me?" Rock just replies again, "What?" And then Austin says, "Shut your damn mouth, Rock. I've got something to say to you. These past couple weeks, I don't think you've been taking me seriously. Hell, I don't think a lot of you people have been taking me seriously. You think just because I've taken a step back to train my protege, a lot of people, including you, think that's the only reason I lost my championship. Well, let me make some things clear. Just because old Stone Cold has taken a step back to ensure the future by training the next damn Stone Cold. But the only reason I lost my championship was because of Foley. Foley couldn't make his damn mind up and added 3 damn people to my match. And hell, I wasn't even pinned. In fact, you never beaten me, Rock. And come Sunday, you never will." Ooh, sometimes that Austin voice just takes it out of you. Rock just maybe takes off his glasses, raises the people's eyebrow, and he says, "You done?" Because The Rock is tired of hearing you flapping your jaws. 1, The Rock does not give a damn about you or your protege. Number 2, The Rock is not overlooking you, Stone Cold Steve Austin. And it will be in your best interest to not overlook The Rock, because come Sunday, this feud between you and I, Steve, continues. And The Rock has not forgotten about WrestleMania 17, and how you broke your own rule, and you put your trust in a McMahon, and then typical Steve Austin, you bail on Mr. McMahon when he actually needs you the most, and you hold his championship hostage. But come Sunday, there will be no Mr. McMahon in your corner, and all you got is your protege, who, I'll be honest, Steve, is damn impressive. But not only does he have his hands full with Triple H this Sunday, but he just doesn't quite measure up to The Rock yet. And come Sunday, The Rock ends this feud between you and I once and for all. And then Rock and Austin get in each other's faces. It's getting a little heated here. And then Commissioner Foley's music hits, and out comes the commish. And Foley says, "All right, that's enough, you two. This isn't happening tonight. You two have got to wait till Sunday." But speaking of Sunday, I don't think you two bothered to watch Nitro last week, did you? So I doubt you heard the news when Mr. McMahon changed the entire No Mercy pay-per-view to host Extreme Rules matches, including the match for the WWF World title. But speaking of Nitro, there was a Pick Your Poison competition between Chris Jericho and Diamond Dallas Page. And while seeing how you two are already ready for action tonight, but I can't necessarily have you two face each other. So how about tonight, you two pick each other's poisons? And then Austin just quickly responds, "Well, I ain't got to do much thinking. Rock, you said Rhino doesn't measure up to you. I disagree. And there's only one person I trust to get you ready to face me, and that's my protege. And seeing as you both are out here, why don't we do this now?" And then Rhino goes right after Rock, attacking him, and we go right into our match between Stone Cold Steve Austin, not Stone Cold Steve Austin, excuse me, the WWF World Champion, The Rock, and Stone Cold Steve Austin's protege, Rhino. Also, we had a locker room incident before the show. Stacy Keebler was brought to the locker room court. She was being accused of not shaking another worker's hand. Ooh, that's not good. She refused to shake someone's hand or just nearly forgot when entering the locker room, so she was brought to the court. Judge Rock found her guilty and sentenced her to buy drinks for everyone in the locker room. Damn, you missed one handshake, one person's hand, and now you gotta buy the whole locker room beers. Beers on Stacy, everybody. We're getting fucked up tonight. Can I delete all this without deleting Arn Anderson, please? I would prefer that to be a thing. Thank you, game. Lovely. So, of course, Austin, Foley, Rock, all off script. Austin was masterful. Rock was superb. Mick Foley was very poor. Well, thank you, Rock and Austin, for keeping this at 100. Foley, what are you doing? Rhino didn't even do bad. Damn it, Foley. Did your teeth fall out? So we go to our opening match of the night, which, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Opening match of the night, we get an 83 B+ rating, and a bout that had superb wrestling. Interesting. Superb wrestling and great heat. The Rock, the WWF World Champion, goes on to defeat Rhino in 12 minutes, 52 seconds with the People's Elbow. So Rhino gave him a run for his money here. This wasn't just a job. But eventually, here's what I would like to imagine. Rhino's going for the gore. Rock catches him, hits him with the Rock Bottom, sets him up for the People's Elbow, hits the finisher, 1, 2, 3, Rock beats Rhino. So Rock with a 97, but more importantly here, Rhino with an 82. Probably the best in-ring performance we've seen from him. Good for you both. That's probably Rhino's best match. We move on to our next segment, which, probably back from our commercial break now. We get a A-star, another A-star, 98 rating. We're back from commercial, as I clearly put myself here as well. And we see The Rock, interesting way of saying that. The Rock, he's walking out of the shower after just competing in a back-and-forth match against Rhino. And when he exits the shower and he turns around in his locker room and he sees Triple H standing there, apparently also with Stephanie McMahon, and Rock says, "What in the blue hell are you doing in The Rock's locker room? Coming in here when The Rock's taking his shower after whooping Rhino's ass? And you come in here trying to get a peek at the people's strudel?" And then Triple H says, "Don't flatter yourself, Rock. We both know why I'm here. Tonight, you get to pick who Austin faces. And there's only one person to pick, and that's me." That's when The Rock laughs, and while he's laughing, I'm going to take a drink, because my throat is killing me. Too many grunty voices close together right now. And then Rock finishes laughing, and he says, "You? You're joking, right? You. The guy who always loses when he faces Stone Cold. No. The Rock ain't picking you. Hell no, The Rock ain't picking you. The Rock wouldn't pick you if it was between you and Gilbert. Hell, The Rock wouldn't pick you if it was between you and the skinny nerd that nobody picks before the basketball games. He will pick the skinny nerd before he ever picks you. Besides, The Rock has already got someone in mind. So you can know your role." And then Triple H says, "Wait a minute." But Rock sticks his hands right in the game's face and he says, "And shut your mouth." And then the camera maybe fades, or Triple H maybe gets mad and he leaves. Who knows? Either way, that ends the angle right there. Rock, of course, worked the crowd well. He's a master improviser. Everyone loved it. Everyone had a good time. As we move on to a 88 B+ rating here, we're backstage. We're with Kurt Angle. We're with Edge and Christian. Kurt's hyping them up for tonight's 6-man tag team match against Team WCW, which is going to be represented by Kurt's rival Chuck Palumbo and Canyon and Hugh Morris. And Angle says, "Okay, guys, tonight you two need to be at the top of your game. Now, I know you've kind of been at odds of late, but this match tonight isn't just about me and Chuck Palumbo. And this isn't about you two. This is about WWF proving their superiority over WCW. I know nothing's on the line tonight, but when it comes to these interpromotional matches, it's important that the WWF continues to look strong." Edge then steps up and he says, "Oh, I hear you loud and clear, Kurt. It's Christian you should be worried about." And then Christian says, geez, how many times does the guy have to say I'm sorry for you to forgive him? It's not that simple, Christian. It's hard to forgive a guy you don't trust. I don't know whether half the time you're scheming behind my back or if you're truly that much of a klutz. Angle then steps back up. Guys, enough! What did I just say? This is exactly what I was talking about. Can we please work together tonight as a team? And then this Sunday, you two can tear each other apart, okay? And then they agree, and I imagine maybe a commercial break in between as we set up for our six-man tag match moving on next. Also, Edge and Christian's feud gaining a little heat there. No, I lied. Not a six-man tag match. We're going to set that up for later as we move on to our next match, so no commercial break in between as we get a D-plus rating here with a 49. And about that had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Jacqueline going over one of our developmental superstars, Gail Kim, when she defeated her in 5 minutes and 4 seconds by submission. Lita was on commentary for this match, getting an eye on Jacqueline, the woman who keeps attacking her. Cooled the crowd, which, that's okay. Jackie with a 58, Gail with a 24, so Gail still needs a lot of work. She's not quite the superstar she is yet. And Lita and Jackie still gaining heat because their feud was horrible so far. It was dead in the water, so there you go. Jackie's improving in performance as we move on to our next segment, which gets a solid C rating with a 62 here. After the match, Lita throws off her headset, because like I said, she was on commentary. She goes right in the ring for Jacqueline, and she takes her down, raining strikes down on Jacqueline, getting some well-earned revenge on her as Jackie attempts, and then manages to escape the ring. And while she retreats, the women's champion, Lita, takes the microphone, and she says, so you've got no problem jumping me from behind, but when the roles are reversed, you tuck your tail between your legs and run away like a little bitch. You know what, Jackie? I've had enough of this. I know what you want, and I know what I want. I want to settle this and face you in the ring. And I know the only way that that's going to happen is if I put this championship on the line. Well, I've got no problem doing that. So how about this Sunday at No Mercy, you and I go one-on-one one more time for the WWF Women's title up for grabs. That's when Jackie, of course, starts nodding her head at Lita saying, okay, yeah, I agree. And then Lita goes on, I could see you're nodding your head, so I can only assume that this match is on. So, Jackie, I don't know, so Jackie, I will see you Sunday. But I don't know if you heard the news, but the entire No Mercy pay-per-view is under Extreme Rules. And that includes the match that we just confirmed. See you Sunday. And yes, indeed, that does include the match, as the Women's Championship will be on the line in our Aussie/Extreme Rules match, where Lita will defend against Jacqueline. Quite possibly for the last time. Women's Championship. The lovely Lita defending against the dangerous Jacqueline. Cool. Also, not a bad segment for the women. See, ratings? I'm fine with that. We move on to our six-man tag match, probably back from a commercial break by now. That gets a 84 B+. Great match, guys. And about that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Team WCW, Chuck Palumbo, Kanyon, and Hugh Morris managed to go over Kurt Angle, Edge, and Christian in 11 minutes, 10 seconds, when Chuck Palumbo defeated Edge, not by submission. Let's go by flash, pinfall, whatever. Goes where, quick roll up, maybe even grabs the tight, as Edge was kind of distracted by Christian. Maybe Christian tagged himself in, saw who he was facing, and tagged Edge in, and then Edge is like, what's your problem, man, blah, blah, blah. Chuck quickly gets the roll up. 1, 2, 3, yada, yada, yada. Imagine what you want if you think of something better. Either way, the point is, Edge got cost the match by Christian once again here. Oh no, I think I forgot to book something in, and if I did, I'm sorry, because that was going to be a great segment, but I think I forgot to book something in. And if I did, I'll just have to explain it. Hugh Morris was off his game, which is unfortunate here. Did get the crowd hotter, which is good. Angle came out looking good, so that's awesome. Kurt Angle with a 91 in-ring performance, good on him. Christian with an 80. Edge with an 84. Hugh Morris with a 65. Kanyon with a 78. And Chucky with a 70. All in all, good stuff. Hugh Morris is improving in performance as well. And I did forget to book it in, which definitely sucks. But there was supposed to be an angle in here. and I forgot to book it in, so let's just imagine I booked it in. And pretty much what it was is, after the match, Edge finally snaps and takes out Christian, maybe even spears him, and then leaves the ring without Christian, making him kind of seem like the bad guy, while Kurt's just kind of like checking on Christian and wondering what's Edge's problem. So there you have it. That's what I forgot to book in. As we move on, probably back from a commercial break or whatever you want to call it, we have another tag team match. It had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Power Plant going over local talent superstars Alan Funk in Hollywood in 3 minutes, 14 seconds, when Mark Jindrak defeated Hollywood with the Power Plant Bomb. Hollywood was the weak link in this match, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performance. But D+ isn't such a bad match, I guess. Apparently the hot crowd was against Hollywood for, completely against him, chanting for him not to come back. And he was also off his game, which, that's unfortunate. Jindrak looked good out there. That's amazing that he specifically got pointed out. Sean Stasiak with a 61, Jindrak with a 65, Hollywood with a abysmal 6, and Alan Funk with a 35. Whatever. We then move on to a 75 B-. After the match, Regal and Power Plant, they clear the ring, and then Regal takes the mic and he says, "Test, Albert, Matthew, and Jeffrey. Yes, even you too, she-devil. Whether you like it or not, Power Plant will be present in the WWF World Tag Team title match. Now we can do things the easy way, and you can just add us into the title match, or we will continue to do things the hard way, the way we've been doing it. And that's leave a destructive path behind us when Power Plant mows through all 4 of you at no mercy. What do you say, gentlemen?" A minute or two passes, and that's when Tess and Albert's theme song hits, and out they come. They stand at the entryway. Trish Stratus takes the mic, and she says, "Whether you like it or not, Will, we don't care, and no one else does either. If you two meatheads win the match, that's fine by us. TNA are fighting champions, and we will defend against anyone, anywhere, at any time. Plus, it doesn't hurt that we really don't like you, and we just like to hit you, to be honest. Also, I'm sure the Hardys won't mind getting their much-deserved vengeance on you two." And I guess Regal agrees, and that sets up another match for No Mercy, as we will see a 3-way. Hold on. I gotta create it real quick. So no DQ and no count out. Extreme rules. And no elimination. It's just one fall. Okay. There you have it. But now I gotta click off and then go do it again, don't I? Yep. So there we have it. The Extreme Rules match. As we will see. Hold on. Test and Albert defend their titles against the Hardy Boys and Power Plant, Mark Jindrak and Sean Stasiak. Where the hell are you? There you go. Save. WWF Tag Team Championship. Power Plant representing the WCW versus TNA, the champions, and of course representing the WWF. Son of a bitch. Come on, Steve. There we go. Versus the Hardy Boys representing the WWF as well. There we go. Got the crowd hotter. That's awesome. Albert's also improving in both acting and performance, while Tess is improving in performance. Excuse me, I did not mean to do that in your ear. All in all, good stuff. Holy hell almighty. We go to another 100 A-star rating. As we're backstage, the Undertaker's in his microphone, in his locker room, taping up his wrist, and that's when we hear a knocking on the door. Taker tells them to come in, and in walks the WWF champion, The Rock. Taker looks up. "What do you want?" "Dead man, tonight The Rock gets the chance to choose who that bald jabroni Stone Cold Steve Austin faces." And The Rock heard the news. There was only one guy The Rock knew was the perfect opponent for Stone Cold. and that person was you, dead man. Then then Taker says, you know, that's fine by me, but understand one thing, Rock. After I'm done with my business with Chris Benoit and the Intercontinental Championship, I'm coming for whoever was holding that WWF Championship. And The Rock says, The Rock looks forward to that. Then Taker says, good. You can leave now, champ. Rock leaves, and then Taker goes back to doing what he was doing before, and that confirms that we will see The Undertaker battle Stone Cold Steve Austin in the main event, and what's going to be probably a freaking great match. Both of them were great with working out without working with the script. Excuse me. Don't know why I got so tongue-tied. And Taker invented a new catchphrase. Good for him. Probably saying you can leave now. Who knows? That's the only thing I can think of. And both Taker and Rock were fantastic. This was just a great segment all around. As we move on to our main event of the night, getting a 83B+. Did Rhino and Rock do better? I'm not sure. An 83B+, that's not too bad, especially when it says it's in an unbelievable match. The Undertaker and Stone Cold Steve Austin go on to end in a disqualification when Austin got DQ'd after Chris Benoit ran in out of nowhere and attacked The Undertaker. I really got to clear my throat. Hold on, guys. Alright. There we go. That's a little better now. So, Benoit, not going to let Taker beat Austin, it looks like. Maybe Taker was setting up for a choke slam or a last ride. And then finally Chris Benoit jumps the barricade and attacks Taker. Maybe hits him with a German suplex to get the disqualification. I'd imagine Austin gets out of there quickly, or Rhino pulls out his mentor and they get out of there quickly as we continue on with our ending segment of the night. But before we can get to that, apparently Undertaker was off his game, but still got an in-ring performance of a 94. Come on, Taker. And also Austin with a 100 rating. Benoit and Taker did lose a little heat here, but I'm sure they're going to gain it back right now with a A-star 100 rating. As the match is over, Benoit, Taker, they're brawling. They're going back and forth. And this is a legit brawl, not just some pansy couple minutes and then the security guards come out. And maybe the security guards too come out. But Benoit and Taker are having none of it as they take the security guards out and they're going left and right with each other, throwing them into the steel steps, throwing them into the post, throwing them into the barricade, smacking each other's faces down into the table until eventually they go into the crowd and they start brawling in the crowd, beating each other up all over the place, beating each other up all the way until they get to the entryway. And then finally they get up on there, and then it starts looking like Taker's going to hit Chris Benoit with the last ride off the stage. But here comes Ric Flair from the back, gets the chop right to the back of the leg, chop block, whatever you want to call it, takes Taker down for a second, and now Benoit and Ric Flair, they're both beating down on The Undertaker, beating him down until they both, pick him up, and they throw him off the stage onto the concrete down below, taking out the dead man, and they just kind of stand over the dead man, laughing over him, posing with the Intercontinental Championship to end off the show. Taker was fantastic. Everything was fantastic. We end the show to get a 90 solid A rating here, increasing our total popularity in 15 regions. Hell yeah. Overall, good stuff, guys. Osaka Pro Jeopardy. Apparently, they're in danger of facing bankruptcy. That sucks. Well, that's a shame. Don't know why they got a better thing than us, though. Whatever. Chris Benoit, apparently the best technical wrestler in the world. And Russ Haas is physically fit. Fully fit. Forget what his injury was. Damaged knee cartilage, that's what it was. Well, he's fit now. He was competed. Look at Kane quick. You're going to have to book me better. Well, come on, dude. You're leaving soon. Calm down. You're leaving, buddy. We're going to see you go by soon. Oh, boy. Come on, Mike. What are you doing? What are you doing? Steroid user. We already know this. Let's go ahead and find him. He's unhappy. His personality got worse. Whatever, Mike. You know what? You're moving down quick to your fired road. I'm just letting you know that right now. right now. You keep up this attitude. How long's your contract, sir? Not you, Mark. Mike, how the hell did I get... There we go. You still got about 6 months left on your contract, buddy, but 6 months come quick. Better calm that attitude down quick. Either way, let's check out our storylines before we end off this episode. Look at that, they're finally out of the F range. Oh, we gotta get some heat on this now. Either way, that's going to end off this episode, Nerds and Geeks. I'm glad to be back. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, do me a favor. Comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, my name's been OMG, WTF, LOL, FTW, BRB. And I'll see you guys for Thursday Night Nitro. So that'll either be done Friday or it will be done Monday. Who knows? See you when I see you.